Kwaso.
Me say kwaso.
And I'm saying kwaso.
Kwaso so kwaso. E dey na do ba ha.
Me fa fom.
Nananum. Oba ma nananum go fom ba ti ya yegu so te.
Sam me as me fa fom adi.
Nananum se dey na do be pie ha.
Nana. Dedi kam watena si.
DL News.
It's official. DLFM 106.9.
Yamamu akwaba. Afrika siyabono enchiremu eni. Abalo ya penny a onu kranso no yoswafo a ohwe Omegana atetere neso ni di Dr. Dominic Ayende edesem de atudwa echiremu se Ghana de hye na montene so kasa se Ghana man penny John Dramani Mahama watumi atenase Emma Ghana fo ade hye a enam wo nsa so momen ye boka ehwe Omegana japade Emma bade de twam Ghana man penny dada na danko akufu ado ene mpia monyo ko moden etebiri wonom ede mu kopie mu wo court say kwa Agyei Sika naboa ne yanya bi ede ato Omegana memmo nu so no Ghana man penny ba ye pe wabaya ne ho tekra wogem wabatena se din atatai oswafo ono na ya ban lawyer penny ono kran so ya oswafo hwe atenten ne so Dr. Dominic Ayene say omomode betwa twansem nim efiri na ekọ enipa hodo no wonem ye ndi se amanyoko ni manti asem we ne hu hia bio efiri na ekọ abane ntoa enani nje ho onye interested in the case nti odwutwam na obi amfa ne ho nkodi kram na se ba bon tense ne ndada Dr. Ayene abomode afrensem so fo nse mu akase na okire mi se Ghana fo mo kase o ma no pre mo papa o kire ma Ghana fo kasa dodo o se yemfa ntansa ne nyina mpo no nsema hodo akwaso o montene so a kasi sa hodo akopie mu o court na so oba ye watena sa hwehwe mahunu se nsema ne bi o hado ma na hu nhye dan hia enipa ne mpo anya de omunya danse papa bi ati enipa na edena kogina court no entonim de enti abanda da no edins enipa okopie court no wantini anto asem ne ne so akopemsa banse sa timi amane senti oba ye no watena sa adwene mahunu se adahye bi na watata wonom kakemfa so obi anim eye witch hunting wonom tani pa bi kakani senti enya de a ehu behia se abana beto kwoswa edisa asem ne senti no ena kan bi na watena sa twetwa sa sensem so onto aso no ni bio enti Ghana fo sa sensem do aye keka so Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama no oye kalin agent no o chem se nya no krata na mum se ya ka kalin agent party na ya bana de twam Ghana man pani dada na daga gufu ado no ena Ghana fo nyina nim se on na ye kalin agent no mpa se Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama de Ghana fo men fantansa fam no wakasa kirem sem obakwaso abomade agent na so abadwumaden obi nsem kopie mu court na se nimpa no ne nsam no nukura wo mu de obegina ne tumi so aboa apatente ne mum se koba se yedem koti kwan tata nimpa bi wo mlemfa mna kwan so de a onhwe masa chensia no enya dwumada Dr. Dominic Ayene de sam to Jandra dance what do some ye no emu kirem no enie.
Now, if you all recall, the former president, the title clearing agent was used to refer to the former president, that is His Excellency Nana Adwoa. When the term was used, it was rightly used because Nana Adwoa, His Excellency, was directly involved in most of the time issuing statements, writing letters. I saw the love letter to Cecil Dapa stating that he is very, confident that he will be innocent. He will be declared innocent. All right. So that is how Ghanaians labeled him the clearing agent. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama cannot be labeled a clearing agent because, as I've said in my statement, all right, he has not been involved in any decision. I have not briefed him on any of these decisions. All right, I will at the appropriate time maybe do a cabinet memo so that His Excellency and my cabinet colleagues will be formally informed of the decisions that I have taken. All right, until then, His Excellency remains innocent and stands far away from the decision that I've taken. And I have told you that I am, taking absolute responsibility for all the decisions, okay, as the Attorney General. It is my responsibility. If there's any fault in the decisions I've taken, I will take I am taking responsibility, today, and I'll take responsibility in the future.
Eni awuti ye aye aban lo ya pani ono kran so ene yo so afo no ene hwe Omegana tenten ne so ene wo kire mu se ne abransisi liadapa aka no yo so afo hwe Ghana ya tan yeso mpo nensamba ya Ghana mampani twere krata kaka kire Ghana fo nyina se o wanu sum se de tie bia no abransisi liadapa obedi nkunim ampani nu ya ne ampa asam na guse to aye hunu wo hwe ni senti Ghana mampani da de ken legend na fata no nemom Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama de ken legend de ade emfata no kra eno achi ena tani jana ekire mi se ade abaako a ehye ne kutupa mane kotwetwa saa ensema wodo yokotu no nyina ne se yefo opuni de enya fanto ho o kire ma opuni sensem no Ghana former Ghana Cocoa Board kwankyerefo openi o kyemse ne nsem no wo hwe lawyer na ogina mu a o kyemse eye otemuafo eye honuyiga no o kyemse ne nsem no edu bebe na kyese niam nkonkan o kire ma asem no o kire ma kyesa dansede ani ho ma no wanya dansede bia mfa nko asam so dansede anim okodi ni senti ohu ni se na ya witch hunting eni bo no mpeso motatai endi se manyokuo ni mma no keke aje se be yo tanhunu ni senti wa bai on trase nhwe e mase otanhunu nkoso nti ensem no tontentan watwam no twam so a edi fata sense ensem no obetwitwa ni nyinam.
Without meaning to impugn the integrity of any of the judges who were involved in the cases in respect of which I have either entered a nolle prosequi or withdrawn the charges, I am deeply concerned not only about the conduct of some of the judges, but also concerned about the fact that the executive branch took certain actions that could be reasonably interpreted as inducement to convict the accused person. An ethical prosecutor must endeavor to protect the innocent and convict the guilty, and one cannot do so if the judiciary is not impartial. When Justice Oyenuga single-handedly expunged otherwise exculpatory evidence from the record in the Opuni case, and then proceeded to rule that the accused had a case to answer in his ruling on submission of no case, he was far from portraying a very semblance of neutrality. Indeed, he directly undermined the fair trial rights of the accused persons. Again, when in accordance with law and practice, Justice Anoche Jima decided that he was going to hold a de novo trial, that is a new trial, in the same Opuni case after the
DLFM 106.9.
Not the resignation there. When Oyenuga went on retirement, the retirement of Oyenuga, he was instantly transferred to Kumasi, and the case was allocated to a new judge, who then proceeded to adopt the proceedings and continued the prosecution. Also, the decision by the executive branch of government to promote some judges who were sitting on some of the cases is very concerning.
Ani awoti ye ayo penny paul no ene ya ban lawyer penny no kran so ene yo swafo a ohwe omanga na 10 ne so ne den e doctor Dominic ayenne ni se mu nkiremu nu ene ya de asomwa wiei.
Yanto akase bone so na Minister for Environment, Science and Technology Mutala Mohammed e de wone kase pa betuja ehemu se omodi ho ahye ye famagudie tu a emfamra kwan so no mugina yesan se omo be ye hye papa e wa bro ne nsɛmtwɔfo e kasa na oche se e ya aban no ene e mampani John Dramani Mahama e tomachi ye papa esan se omo be hwe ne Ohio matimi asia no kwan a oche se sempo uye mrashebedwani uye minister anaposa ye former minister anaposa we ye ndi samanyoko na na se MPP amanyoko na nya de form ho so mu so ho bon e we ye famagudie tu a emfam akwan ne so de ene oho be ye hyepa nti no bia enjina ye esan se so mu hu wo mo de obefa emra kwan so dwuma mu di bedi udie esewani ensasa wo ka che esan se efamagudie tu a emfam akwan so na ya de abesa ye mpotamu ye papa omanga na se ya hwe ye ne esi anokwan ya che se oha obeban no ye kukuru so akra enye ye nti obi amwa ne homode se ne be ya eye illegal mining na wo mining no omu be jai na o mine no etimi atumpon esan se omampani dada John ya omampani John Dramani Mahama ba ye na some be kind so person mpuntuo embra o mine Ghana mu nti se ye de ye ho hye ye illegal mining me be si den na mpuntuo na o kan ye no watimi aye nti obi a emfa embra ewie ye odinsem say etudwa
President or appointing me Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, appointing me sister or EPA, the acting director and the chief director and the directors. Me first, call to duty. Me by a human, engagement with the Ministry of Environment staff, directors, chief director and the directors. Now from there, move it to EPA to engage them. In line with the policy direction and the vision of His Excellency the President. Now, Galamsey, any environmental other dangerous president or describing environmental terrorism, a collective responsibility. Now, me, my family, I consider all of them. Also, His Excellency the President and his vision towards the President and his vision towards sustaining the environment and also fighting Galamsey. Now, I say Galamsey in isolation, a multifaceted problem. Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and any agencies, including EPA, Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Chieftaincy, local government, together because they're collaborated. But I'm very confident that we'll be able to surmount the challenge. But the media too, more role to play because our community I started serious stakeholder engagement with all these ministries and agencies because you can't fight it without engaging everybody. So we are looking at other alternative means by which we can do things differently because because if indeed the way we're doing was yielding results, we wouldn't be here. So we need to do things differently, and that is why I'm happy working with people like Prof, and she has a wonderful team. I have an outstanding chief director and the directors, and we will need the support of everybody, and I'm very optimistic that you bet me achieve the purpose for which we are all appointed by the President.
Mutala Mohammed on a Minister for Environment, Science and Technology.
Yen to akasia bonso fanko piemwe. Nando ada enya semkuma maganda mu. Yatetewa mo sanka bia nhyem. Yehu ya ne se press conference su. Yakwahwe ya Office of the Special Prosecutor. Kisia Japan aton Safra Ghana Santrafo se mumra. Na nsem bi ha me. Ensem bi hya me bo panti Ghana fo mra me mpuru minim na muhu de yakɔ ne de ba o me ne so senior ya pa. Ya twe ya microphone su na ya ready kasama yenko. Senior man ne so a say munim bibi. Akane o my Ghana. Yen photo samfo. Kan you foliata? Ade ode ayo man. Sikapa papa wadwira gu ne botom. Ene dwum pod ya bo my Ghana no. Nsem no edi kan de sent Ghana for me ka. Mama wiase afa na nyina ho. Na free na ekɔ. Kan ofoliata why wanted. Baby wo bia ye hia na chire kwa ekogina mra no. Na mra etuma bobo ni nsem kwan crowd nam so a. Wama omanga na hwiri sika o kirema National Cathedral Project Ghana mampeni kiremu sene yankopon twede yampon boborobo ade eso no da yese obeye mampeni nti ena Ghana mampeni dada eye na dan kwagufu ado hye yankopon po Ghana fo sika nso de efa hin na bewura men o kirema sika pa ahye agro no eka baaba no nyasem kuma enti Ghana fo mo hwe okele kanofoli atamfa na mra ne yafa ne ko gina court na eka abai yenye sika na som gentu makrai oka sa pe ano penipo no so aka no ye kwankyerefo penin edema Ghana School of Law Kwaku Ansansare wakase no kire mi se kisi ajaben wo pro wo dwo ho papa ede mi se so penin ede no ka kazansem no se hwe odwune ho toto o kire ma senior na de akonwa kase ma we eye ne Ghana man penin dada na dan Kwaku fuato opa wo se bedi dwuma se ba wo ma de na bobo Kwadu okrom hai enye no enti Ghana man penin dada emra project ahodo okosu a kan yofoliata wo kirem se wo disika ne ade na ote akonwa so no ede na wo yefa ho o kirem se de oye de hwehwanimu pa we hwehwanimu kra wo hu ne se de aduro no abansesa ba enti wo hwe ne ye pa ebia ne dibra na firi ne nsa ebio nso opese Ghana fo nyina ate ne nkasa na so ye no etiase wo nkwanti Ghana fo mu ntie ne biem o kirem se onum de nti a emresantin bebra Ghana man penin dada ema wakwanya satenase na bo Kwadu enipa bia o monam koti kwan edi o maga na sika ebo maga na dwirim esa o maga na japade no fomu ko gina man na man no ntimi enta wachi nyi sika na wantimi anya ho hwe sa na montre so na banda da ma kwa menya adwuma o kirem se mra na nka ba ne ma okwan no de na esa wo ye resign for adwuma de ne to na ka kire Ghana fo se aba ne intimidate me on pese meye adwuma o tietie me fa ho de nsusa adwuma ne menya bio na enya bio kina enti eba ne sene watumi atena se aye hwahan sama Ghana man penin dada akwatena ne baabi kuniofola tatu kwan owo krom hampo anka betumi akoyere ne prachi ma ya che no nanzo anya ho hwe ene kuniofola tatu kwan ena wabegya na mu se na chi o kirem se dabi kisi ajabe hu nsem we de emu nya desa no mandam te baya kwana bra bio office ne fato na de aye no wa hwe adwuma die no obegu hwani mase ensa ne mu nkiremu nie
I'm extremely disappointed that the OSP allowed Ken to go, and then now they are crying all over that Ken is a wanted man, he's a fugitive. I don't get it. My thesis is that, look, they have so many men from September 2023 where they were giving clearance over about 230 minimum, there about 230. So my quick synopsis is that even assuming 50 declined, minimum about 180 persons came in. These are supposed to be professionals, etc. So why you have so many professionals to help you do investigations? Why do you take the job away from them and then you do go slow investigations? Because look, Ben, I'm telling you that I can't believe that Agyei started work on this reef right from December 2023 when this SML matter broke with diligent prosecutors and other investigators. I don't believe it. I will never believe it that he started in good time. No, because one would have expected that he would have reached this level a long time ago, because he said it's now that he's notifying Ken that he's a suspect. From the interview, he's now notifying Ken more than a year on. Why? What were they doing? Is it rocket science? This is not a brief that looks overly complex. No, these ones, they are mostly procurement breaches. That's what they are, mostly procurement breaches and lack of value for money. So I don't understand how this could have taken so long.
Any awoti ye ayakane kwanchrefo penny edema Ghana School of Law. Nedende kwaku ansa asare.
Yantua Kasiabone so na former auditor general osanso ye member ewo ye operation recover all loot ye ora committee no Daniel Dom level e den sama betuja e kire se was proper checks pa e koma ye nipa no bi omo public offices ne san se osusu se ya ade a ye aban japade no mu yusu ne basa no den sem we etuja wa abra ye otitine ni e de ma ye ora committee na Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa e de report e koma Mampani John Dramani Mahama o kire se e ya ade a nipa no bi edi tumi omo edi di aban ni sika sanso no musanso de say eya aban na japade a cheso mo hwa enkoye kura anadom lebo ebe kire say sanso ba ye omo yi na di die emfamra kwan so sanso na emboa oman ne kra ntino wo say omo hwe no omo begina wo say na ebe ya ebebu omo akonta e wo ho.
The Attorney General may go into investigation or audit or whatever he wants to do, so to establish the facts and take action. And we hope that culture of impunity, whereby public officers dissipate public resources anyhow, with no sense of responsibility, may have to come to an end. My biggest happiness today is that the president did not only sanction the oral, which has brought the preliminary work has almost come to an end, but the president also promised more or less Operation Prevent All Loots. He said that the current administration will be also held to the same standard of accountability, which I think is good news, and Ghanaians should hold him accountable for that, to ensure that when his staff or his appointees also commit similar offenses, they face the music.
Eni ya uti ye dom level we no chemu se eyade ya ne ya ye pa se so ye former auditor general esan se tamina na owo honom na nya ade anka suban we ombetimi ayi na di kra ye esan se wo ye oban pani an no nkire se obetimi adi tumi ahye wonsa no ye ne opabia e wo man yi mu.
What shocked me most is the extreme abuse of public office, where you are the custodian of public funds and then you use it for yourself, or you are supposed to keep custody of government property or land and then you allocate it to yourself or your cronies. And let me be very honest with you, my pain as a former auditor general has always been that usually there are no consequences for misbehavior in this country. And the body language or the posturing of the president and his team, to me, is heartwarming. That if not anything at all, for the first time, we are going to see some seriousness on the ground. Seriousness not because we have by ourselves decided that somebody is guilty of anything. No, we have not accused anybody of anything, but we have provided information that we collected from the public. And if the next stage, which I find as a very critical stage, is carried out as promised by the president, then we will be saving this country good sums of money. But to me, it is not only that, to stop or nip on the bud in the
Eni ya uti ye Daniel Damlevon former auditor general sanso no ye member o kan ye operation recover all loot ye oral committee ne ho.
Yanto aka sebon so mfa nko pie mu e wo maga na ya mase bedwam. Endrada ejiresa benta na nya semkuma kura. Ni nyina ne se edam ko mase bedwam e chiri mu a enema bi kwaso a wono bo enya de adwoso kura. Ni nyina ne se asehwe maga na ya kwan ene ya kwan tempon sensem soom. Womba mode trans mase bedwam kwa setena ekwaye mra eno no eba beka ni nyina dia bom mechira eye Ghana Highway Authority. And the Department of Urban Roads and a bio Department of Federal Roads no omuka bomba ko pet se sabi bo ba kuma de na so mu kire mi say abase samba yi emra mo atena se akwaye no akwa jensrepe eni pataku afide anya adwuma bio wono mu kire mi say de yakwaso no wono mo boka sadweso a na wono ebo akram omu kire mu a omuntumi nkwatena se enkwankwa hyemra na emra ne baba se meya adwuma na mpanifo implement law no abanse samba pe na obi dia tu ba bi se wo na we dia mempe mane nye ho ntimi mfa nya adwuma o kirem se kwaba ne sana se emra hodo a mase badwafo ko asetena kwa hye mane se bi akwaye hwebuada fa so obi antumi amaso nti nsem we nom wono mo dwene ho a wonom enti ase akram na wono mo kasa parliament no e wendrata na chairman former chairman on Roads and Transport Committee no so mase badwan di ma de hye wono mo achem swadro Kennedy osanya ako egase na o kirem se ne ya pass o hwe manga na mamra na article 93 cross 2 no ama mo kwa mo de atumi aka adwuma kwa we enyina de bomba ko pesesebe bo ba ko mu de be bo man ni yakwaye ni mu ni sente onum de enti ene opani pa Ghana mampani abone din sem onko ya kwan anavinsi ya kwantene ne so no ya kwantempo so no ene wayi ni wabomade ayi nani sesebe peni bone wayi mframa wodwom amra no onfa nya adwuma o kirema sa na moto na ekọ no o mani nyi huntie ni manim ya da ebrefo bi mfa wante sa de a mase wodwom ho e be yire sesra
2025 which was issued by the Ministry of Roads and Highways, and Mr. Speaker, the subject is suspension of the implementation of the National Roads Authority Act 2024 Act 1118. Mr. Speaker, this is an act which was passed by this House in July 2024. Mr. Speaker, Article 93(2) makes it clear, and the authority or the legislative powers is vested in the hands of this House. Mr. Speaker, it is illegal attempt by the ministry to suspend an act which has been passed by Parliament without any recourse of the House. If the ministry has any issue with the act, the best remedy, the procedure they have to take is to come to the House and make sure the proper thing is done. But for them to unilaterally issue a press statement to suspend an act of Parliament, which members of this House burnt midnight oil.
Ani awoti ye aya kim swadro mba sebedwane ne den e de honorable Kennedy osei nyakom eno achi nso na make say oswafo ohwe o man Ghana yakwan ne akwantempon sem so Kwame Gavins agboja su kirem sem o wode enti a obo moden e ma sa emra na mpanifo ahye no ode atu ba bi o kirem sem anamo na mpanifo tu ye kwasa samra no emmo akora na wache kirem de onim de enti ene dom kuma no kokwa pai e wasa sensem we ho.
I have worked on that bill more than anybody in this room to pass it, including himself. Mr. Speaker, this is the fact. The bill has been passed and assented to. Its implementation has generated significant unrest between the entities under the ministry, Federal Roads, Urban Roads, and Highways. I had the opportunity to meet at Deba with all the agencies. The conclusion is that we suspend the implementation and carry out further consultation with them with respect. Mr. Speaker, for instance, they raised issue about who becomes the head of NRA. Currently, as we speak, Mr. Speaker, the director of Urban Roads is now the acting chief director. He still holds on to the position because he hasn't handed over to anybody as the substantive director.
Any awoti ye ayo swafo no ene hwe omanga na yakwan ene yakwantempon so ne den de Kwame Gavins Abuja eno achi na mashebedwam achi amehene Right Honorable Kings for Sumanaba Benso kiremu se ensma do adom kuma na kan mu de pasa no manam ni senti won betena senti free na ekọ Honorable Kwame Gavins Abuja se oni mi se mra no ompa fa beto mashebedwam tena se mu bom pese wo de ope ebe de open de nya de a ebe bo akra.
He has drawn our attention to an urgent matter. The urgent matter is that we pass a law. The ministry is come out with a statement saying it's suspending the implementation of the law. Now, luckily for us, the minister is available. The minister has not challenged that. He is explaining why the ministry is being forced to suspend the implementation of the law. The only thing that the maker of the statement says is that if you have that kind of challenge, come back to Parliament. We had a similar one with the road tolls, as the minister drew our attention to. We called on the then minister, it's the same ministry, and it was ignored. That is a precedent that should not be followed.
Ani awoti ye ayo magana ya mache bedwam achi amehene. Right honorable Kingsford Sumana Papen ene awoti ye gina we su adan ye ho apensu anom ye ba pe kase ye bo no bebe na tachi a ye be kenkan ni nyina e de ma wa wiai.
Makwentu ohunsam eye medadwen nanso meyensam tronenti menya daje ye hwehwemu ekohu Sunday Sam's consult na wonum nti ende metimi ba menya abre ne adaje ekenkan ye eye investigations about womo ana mehu se wo apply for visa assistance a enfeli efri se wonum ewo track records madansi die nie mamini ntrel Sunday Sam's consult edi Britia webi ebeje wo visa amawo se wo ko United Kingdom, Canada, Dubai, Poland, Croatia, Nafe Kradie, Serbia, any Greece in so abeka ho a work permit etechere. Ma menchire wo mo echire kwan. Sunday Sam's consult ewo Ofanko barrier, Asofan, our Ben Wise Park Hotel, ewo Asofan New Station hono mo a. Phone number 0244291546. Email address nso samuel626@gmail.com. Yeti ehudi enti, we connect dreams with opportunities. E manenye wadwendwen, frɛ wonom na nso bedi adanse media.
DLFM 106.9.
Yamamo akwaba efiya kenka Ghana fo adwenkyere ni bi emfanso mu awiai. Wei efria ye Boatema Millicent Lampard ABL kotoko fan kese pa ahon fa na etesai minim se hye pa and o chim say good afternoon or hwen live ahon fa yenso ya chia pa na polensem no bibia betwa why ye bom pa ye se GF for ma bibia nto din mesimi chia wa wiai eye Boatema Millicent Lampard ABL me chia pa piaga chirem se NDC party ne se de yadum guase pa magana politics yo yada se piaga onsem do so won sa chirem se entikra ye wo mindi mo ye sure se ye wo special prosecutor wo krom a enim guase pa ni kwisi ajaben yo yate wensu free Richard ahwe na wo chirem se good afternoon to you takwade Kwadwo krom de she konkron Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B and afinso Adwoa Agyei Sikapa ka se bo mo de pasa no manama enam DJ Ghana man fidie ni so Gwestre station wa ni nyina DLFM next no chem se Kwadwo ne Adwoa adwuma mopo no enya asem kuma DJ Ghana man yenso ya wada pa yate se na ye obede nti no ye pon aye fa honom na ba bia land nyina ye kwa kwatwi so kakra wai nti ne happy birthday em fan koma DJ Ghana man aye mo wada papa we su free Kofi Parliament ne o chire mi se Ken Ofoliata edina ye kan wa mesra wa ye Ken Ofoliata o se oba Ghana fo nyina chew every sika na akwasha ne to no edos ye pa ye da se pa o se o here live edi free agona bobi kuma ye Ghana ne we gina we sina kase bo ne ya bunu ko mi se pon kase bo mi se mufo eye maze mebe entwene se mo edi ma ye Kofita de ekopie mo Facebook no so enanu mi na ebeso ma wie no eye Kwadwo ne Adwoa edi ameje so eye takwade Kwadwo krom twebe wo de hye konkrom ala dwene mpon Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B mene
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa na me dinchi akese e de ama eye Benedicta o eye UK oye me classmate SHS na is also wo tie pa anti Benedicta nchi akese pa enko
ahwe ne ho ye se ofa kwati kwan de onfa na ho ntete se be ya unu anche no god Trump che ne plan ha oba wan krantie be sire na ofa kwan pa so de ne yamenka no enye so ntete kakra why okay yes sorry sway na Adwoa Silky Ghana radio mu nyina ya santoa oba ahima ogidomanim kokko a mema edwane ejanom obetena se na dia odwumadie no atwanzi wakasa fidie no koso na DLFM 106.9 mamu nyina mu enitia adehye
midimafo pokwase mayira akra midimafo